Let's just finish this shit.
Yay. Just play until I can't bear it anymore, and then you play until you can't bear it anymore. I just have like a ball of tired frustration in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Jitter jitter.
Cinematic mode.
Normal mode. Hidden loading screen mode. Loading.
This isn't even an exposition elevator.
Loading.
Jitter jitter. Jitter,
What do you think we're
jitter,
playing? A good game?
Jitter jitter. Jitter jitter. Jitter jitter.
What the fuck was that?
If I make it out alive, I'm never riding in an elevator again.
Yeah, you're gonna stick to that for about like a year at most. And then every bone in your body which has been broken by all this bullshit will start complaining, and you will change your mind. I mean, ha!
Yeah.
Ha!
Ooh, look,
Funny.
it's the tree of...
Gondor?
Yes. Gondor answer.
Do you mean will Rohan answer?
Gondor.
Gondor calls for aid, and Gondor. Oh goodness.
Leslie.
Oh, it's supposed to look down. Okay.
And say Leslie.
Leslie.
The end.
Dr. Jimenez.
Okay. Where's Joseph? Is that him?
That's me. Who's that?
Is it?
It can't be.
We're taking a milk bath.
Help! Help!
Yeah.
Sebastian, get away from him.
Okay. Why do we care?
Sebastian, listen to me. Stop. Your interests are the same as ours.
Look, I get it. You're not just some rookie detective, and this is not just some ordinary kid. You killed Joseph and you shot me. So right at this moment,
Oh,
that's enough
he's
reason
dead.
for me not to trust you.
You're a good man.
Pardon me for being surprised. He's
That's why
taken a
I-
lot of abuse before and seemed fine, so.
Doesn't matter anymore. If you know who this kid is, if you know anything, you know why he can't be allowed to live.
He glows.
Bullshit. It's Ruvik. He's the one that...
You know, lady, could you just like really quickly say what you need to say instead of letting things interrupt you constantly? Almost as if the person whose brain you're in doesn't want you to say anything.
My feet burn.
Leslie, stop.
Sir, please put your clothes back on.
No, lady, if you're gonna shoot him,
Yeah, she just
you
like,
got your chance now.
she's like, oh no, you can't, but I don't really care, so.
Leslie just turned into milk.
Okay. Okay. Isn't it like 1,000 stories down out that window? We're fine.
Oh, is this how this starts? Sorry, but wait, I don't remember any giant brains. Memory. Now we're all greasy.
Mr. Bowhand. You watch Helen Mills? Sorry, I got tired of it. I decided to look it up. It's Oh!
We're full of grape juice.
Yeah! We're just... Welches. Good Lord. You've never seen an episode of Hell on Wheels?
No.
It has like the most awesome opening theme ever. The scenes that were voiced by Anson Mount and were so ugly. So he's playing Mr. Bohannon. I can't not say it like that, I'm sorry. Oh, hey, it's like the garage dude. Okay. Plus, time to wait.
Oh, we're gonna get on this and shoot.
Cool.
This has just gotten like all Michael Bay-ish. Shoot the glowing
Spot for massive damage. Yeah, it's really entertaining how this would be a stealth game at all. That's gotta hurt.
That's scripted or did I fail?
It's going on for a while, like... Is this supposed to lose?
That's okay. We got given a round.
Even though we're... Yeah. Thanks.
Sam?
I see no problems using this while impaled. Oh, there we go. Where are we getting all these things from? Oh, boy. Oh.
The lock-on mechanic I'm missing. Can't get this thing. He keeps going past him.
Aim for his body and it went for his legs, and when you aim for his legs,
I'm really trying hard to hit this.
what the fuck? Oh,
I know.
I'm aiming for his butt.
I can't. This is the very last shot I had.
voiced by Rorschach.
Huh.
What an inferior character for him. Because Rorschach was awesome. And Rubik... less so. That was a really depressing IMDb entry. They got some really good actors for this. I can't tell what you're upset about. you just...
I don't know what I'm watching.
Okay, yeah, no, me neither. That's why I started checking the IMDb. And found out that we have quite a cast. Unfortunately...
I created this world.
And
You cannot keep me here.
Yeah, Rorschach was awake.
Rubik.
We're done. God, are we... Can we... We can do this!
I'm going to finish this.
Yes! You got this. It's gonna be done! Oh, so they, like, took his brain out and tortured his brain, and his body just doesn't matter anymore. Maybe his body is Leslie.
Smush it. Smush it.
Stomp on it.
Smush it.
Stomp on it. It just slides out from under him. Oh!
He slips and falls. The
Yeah, I know, right? Hi. You probably shouldn't turn that off. No?
Leave that one. And those two. They're not going anywhere.
What?
No one can.
What? What? What's happening? Please don't be the end. Like, can you explain anything? Please? Oh, she didn't want to bring us with.
Okay. Whoever that guy was. Nah.
Why didn't she want us to come with her? Mean. What was he building a machine to do again? Okay.
Winners.
Textures. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna say it.
It's like he's constantly out of stamina now.
Go, go, go! Detective, are you all right? Is there anyone else?
Just give me some real fresh air.
We don't even care enough to say anything. We're just watching in silence, just hoping it will throw us some scrap of understanding.
So I was talking to someone, they said, like, the DLC is supposed to make everything make sense. But I'm like, if that's the case, then what? Obviously, if you need the DLC to make things make sense, you have a problem.
Does that mean we're playing more of this?
No, I don't want to play the DLC.
Okay.
Oh, we finished it!
Well, while we wait for...
Why Bethesda?
While we wait for after the credits, let's see if Wikipedia can make any of this make sense. Actually, let's do... okay. Oh yeah, what'd this get on Metacritic? 4.5 out of 5? 7 out of 10 on GameSpot? Yeah. No. Just no. All of you people should be ashamed. Okay, maybe not. Known as Psycho Break in Japan. It's not survival horror. It says it's survival horror. No. It's, honestly, it's like action-adventure horror. There's no survival elements any more than any other game, which just makes it a game. There's no survival mechanics. You don't have to eat or sleep or find shelter. Oh god, it's doing it in chronological order.
Hope is trapped and lost.
It is implied that Rubik has returned to the real world through Leslie and is able to influence those who were connected to his machine in reality, intending to take revenge on the organization that betrayed him.
Okay. Well, I got the, like, he took control of Leslie's body part, but... like, why were the detectives needed? Who is Kidman? What's going on? Maybe that's why the DLC is important.
It says she motions for Sebastian to stay quiet. So she was trying to help us?
Guess so. Well, then maybe they would have killed us if, like, they knew we were still alive.
How do you figure? It's implied that he's returned through Leslie. How is that implied? Okay, I'm gonna do DLC plot. The assignments. Oh, you play as Kidman.
Don't give up that light. Using every last breath. Escaping the long way down.
Oh god. It's part of a 2-part DLC.
Yeah, I think I knew it was 2 parts. Kind of like Bioshock.
Okay, so she's going to get Leslie from the stem. Joseph turns into a haunted and attacks her. The false administrator will then ask you what you are doing and tell you they need Leslie alive. Kidman will tell him it's not possible and they don't know what Ruvik is capable of. The administrator chases you and you run, and the end. And she can't use any weapons, she can only distract enemies. Like what this was supposed to be?
Yeah.
So, okay, so that explains 0. So, how about the consequence? Okay. Oh, is it, like, not out yet? No, it is. Why is there no summary? Hello? Summary! So Mira or whatever is part of Mobius. Okay. Okay. That didn't help very much. Yeah, this isn't really making any sense to me.
Oh.
Partly because we don't play very often, and partly because I don't care.
Some nice music in the background.
Yeah, I don't care for it. Can someone just give me like a 1-paragraph fucking...
No, it's too deep for that. This game is too deep. Too intense.
People are hoping for a sequel. Ugh. This game was ass. The only thing that I'll remember fondly is like the part on the bus. Because that was sort of different
Yeah.
and kind of fun. This page is supposed to be Evil Within explained, but
There is no explanation.
no, it just...
Once you actually got used to like some of the combat stuff, it wasn't as bad, but like trying to get those controls under wrap was just a pain.
Yeah, I don't... It just... Ugh. Okay. Rubik's Research created the machine, which the doctor took credit for.
Yeah, got that.
And all the machinations of the world itself were just twisted creations born from everyone's shared psyche, but mainly Rubik's. Rubik and the Doctor were working on a project called STEM, which would allow them to link minds together. Blah blah, stole his thing, blah blah. He was hooked to the machine as the main test subject. Okay. His daughter was connected to all this, since for some reason his wife was kidnapped when she came close to finding why her daughter was killed.
Well, I thought his like parents killed, like got her sister killed or something. I don't know.
The ending implied that Sebastian hadn't existed the fantasy world. Okay. But then, in the DLC, it said that she was part of Mobius. It doesn't seem to explain why. And Kidman, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Each monster represented some aspect of Rubik's sinful, twisted, and tortured mind!
So water monster.
Alter ego, sadness over his sister. The box man was the keeper of his secrets.
Why does that girl with the hair have heels? Slippers. Does that explain? bonus. Machine gun acquired.
Replay value.
Clear bonus. Rocket launcher acquired.
Haha.
50,000 skill points acquired.
Yeah, no.
Model viewer.
No.
Casual. 60 deaths, that's it. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we won't be playing a new game plus. Thank you very much. So basically, I think the whole plot is actually way more simple than the game makes it seem.
Yeah. Dude comes up with new thing, company steals thing from him, uses him as an experiment, he's mad, wants revenge. This dude just happens to be there because
There's
reasons.
something about, like, his wife and stuff, but the story is junk. The writing and voice acting is bad enough that it's beaten down much enthusiasm I've had trying to uncover the hidden depth or what have you behind the story. Yeah. It's likely only as confusing as it is because they thought that would make the story seem better than it is. Mikami has cited Inception as an inspiration in telling this story.
Oh, hence the buildings and the...
Yeah.
When you said Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story's dumb.
Yep.
Yeah, so we usually do a review at the end.
We've pretty much
So-
come... Here, I'm gonna just exit out of this, because the Goldwave file's still going. And...
Okay. The voice acting wasn't great, despite the fact that they had a good cast, so it must
They
have been
just
the
seem
direction.
so unenthused about
No
everything.
one sounded like... Maybe that was supposed to make it surreal,
No one
but it
gives
just
a
made
shit.
it boring.
Yeah.
Not a single person in that whole thing gave a single shit.
Part of my problem was they weren't reacting like real people to
No.
anything.
They were like... There were no questions.
They were just like, oh, we're here now, okay.
They see
I wonder
horrible
what happened to this thing.
monstrosities, and they're just like... Huh.
Yeah.
That's something. And our dude, Joseph, was so Japanese, like, in like a... I can't describe why he was so annoying. He was, like, from a different game entirely.
He was so Japanese.
No,
You can't describe
like,
why
he
was
was-
annoying. Wait, what?
No,
No, you don't
he
mean
was...
that.
It was like he came out of a different, very Japanese game, like Yakuza or something. I've never played it,
Yeah.
but I feel like he belonged in some sort of Japanese mob generic action game, especially with those gloves. Like, I just feel...
The gloves.
I think it was because, like, Kidman and Sebastian and everyone else was so American, and then there's this random, really Japanese, but not looking, but not sounding dude in stupid gloves. He just felt like he was from a completely different game that when you played it was like, wow, Japan. Like,
Yeah.
I can't explain it any better than saying maybe like a Yakuza game, even though I've never played them. Music was okay, didn't always match what was
It
going on.
was so generic that I didn't even
Yeah,
notice.
extremely generic. A couple
Unless
of
it didn't
times.
fit. It was
Yeah.
like, wait.
So it was either jarring, generic, every once in a while. I was like, okay.
The different bolts were okay, but it was really annoying
yeah.
to switch through them unless you had it
Yeah.
like equipped a certain way.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could have pressed X from like even just the outside.
Yeah,
parts.
but you saw me struggling to get both of them set up because I was trying to replace the one I currently had.
Yeah.
But it turns out you just go in, select one, and then select another instead of switching between the one you want to switch out, which would make more sense.
Like when you're running around with it equipped, you
Yeah.
can press X to switch between the type of bolts.
Yeah.
But
Just between the two, though.
oh.
Only between the two in the top corner.
Hmm.
So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to switch the two that I had on, like, fast equip. I don't know. The controls were fucked up. The camera was ass.
The camera.
It was too slow and too tight.
Super buggy this game. The texture's really bad. I know we were playing on the lower settings, but the fact that we had to even like put it on the lower
Yeah,
settings
but, like, the
was really
delay between seeing the room and having all the
bad.
textures
All the
pop
pop in,
in.
yeah. Every single cutscene too. It was like every single like camera change. It did it.
Just the camera was just... I felt like I spent the whole game trying to beat the camera into submission,
Yeah.
and it never got there. Like, something about it was just...
Messed up.
But, like, if you sped up the camera, it would have sped up the
You know
aiming.
what? You know what would have fixed that is if they made it first-person shooter. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like an Amnesia type, except with guns. Like,
Yeah.
having it third-person really didn't help it at all. Like, I think it was first-person, the camera issue wouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah, but a lot of the things would have to be, like... You need to kind of be able to see around yourself. It would be nice if it went into first person in really tight corridors or something, or like...
I think it would have been scarier if it was first person, though. Like, even though you need to be able to see around yourself, that could have been part of it. Like, you know, what's behind you, turn around.
I think it would
God.
have been... If it were exactly the same game, but in first person, it would have been even more annoying.
Maybe.
But if it were the game that it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
in first person, that would be great.
The lurchiness of his movements. Everything was
Yeah.
either jerky or he'd, like, move side to side, or, like... And then when the frame rate was so low before, and things just chugged in areas, and I think there's just too much crap in there. Like, you could have nice textures and high-res stuff, but you don't have to have so much clutter and particle effects and light effects.
Like
that's
every
part of the
square
problem.
inch that you're looking at had to be... Like, when we switched to different areas, it was like, wow, this looks fantastic because it's not so fucking busy.
Yeah.
It just looks clean.
Yeah.
Like, not clean... Like, it's obviously still run down and stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks... Like, even when I was going through the vents and stuff, they were made... It was like they were made of patchwork of, like, 6 different kinds of metals.
Yeah.
Like, just calm the fuck down. It's like the programmers were just trying to jizz all over every inch of the screen. Going, look at me,
And
look
in
at
some
me!
cases, it actually
Look
did
how
look like
high
kids
gen I
all over
am."
the screen.
Ugh. I don't know. Maybe that was lust. Maybe that was his... Yeah. Just enemies, you could shoot them in the head and they wouldn't die, and that was a little lame. Like, if you get a headshot, like, it's a headshot. Like, fuck you, your head doesn't exist anymore. You go down. Why could the zombies use guns? Or if they weren't zombies, why could they survive with half a brain?
Maybe they were just, like, they weren't actually zombies. They were just, like... I don't know.
A thing that could survive with half a brain? Like, why
Well,
can
if
you...
it was controlling them all, then they didn't need a brain, but that
then,
begs other questions.
But then why do they die when you set them on fire? Why does fire, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, can't you just... Like, if a headshot will kill them, why can't you just be able to finish them when they're on the ground?
Yeah.
Like in
Stomp on them.
every other fucking game ever, like Dying Light. You stomp
Yeah.
on their head and their head explodes, the end.
Yeah.
Like, and things didn't catch fire even when they were standing in the fire. And then I caught fire from standing in a little thing of fire. And it just... Okay, was there anything good? What was good?
I mean, like, they had some good ideas for, like, monster models and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the long-haired chick who, like, coming down the hallway and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, she was kind of, like, scary, and used appropriately. She would have been good. Like, they had good assets, I think. They just smushed them all together, and it made this ball of fail. Like, I think there were some good assets in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the modeling wasn't too bad, I guess, if when we weren't jammed up our own asshole. Camera.
It was like a couple good ideas poorly realized, and then little bits of every other game smushed together. And I guess that's, like, I don't mind. Like, I like Avatar, and obviously Avatar is like 6 other movies that have all been done, but it's done well, so I don't mind. So, this was not done well. It wasn't... Okay, was it fun to play?
No, not really.
Was it nice to look at?
In some places, but it was mostly really just crap.
Was it a reasonable challenge level?
It was challenging for the wrong reasons, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to wrangle the camera, and then you're trying to wrangle your controls for your guns, and then you're trying to run away, and you run out of stamina, and then...
You know, I think the camera wouldn't have been such a problem if he could just turn around without having to
Yeah.
turn all the way around.
well, if they had, like, the
he
quick
had to-
turnaround button or something.
Yeah, like he had to do like a little, like a dog turning around and around before it lays down. He can't just like go, oh, now I'm facing the other way. Like, he can't just turn his body. He has to like circle around. So that plus the camera. Punching people should be a little more effective than gently brushing their cheek.
Yeah,
like-
the melee was pretty shit. It got good for, like, a little while
Yeah,
when we
and then
upgraded it, and then the enemies got tougher again, so it was like,
Yeah,
oops,
it was
oh,
like
shit,
not
oh,
even
boy.
worth it. They threw a gun at us like most of the way
Yeah.
through. That wasn't very good. It barely got any ammo.
A Magnum.
Like, it was fine. No,
I guess
okay.
if you upgraded the Magnum, it would have been pretty...
Okay, the gun itself was fine. It was extraneous.
Yeah.
But we never got any fucking ammo for it. And there's no ammo store, so...
Yeah.
It's fucking useless to upgrade it. It gave us a whole bunch of brain juice and nowhere to spend it, I
Maybe
guess.
if we looked for, like, more of the keys, we would have had more of the boxes. Oh, I don't know.
I guess. But, like, where the fuck were the rest of the statues?
They were all hiding in places. We just couldn't
Like,
be bothered to look for them.
We were too busy marveling at awfulness and stuff. Just couldn't be fucking asked. A lot of cheap blows, like tripwires and bear traps, including one in the water that is literally impossible to see.
Yeah, unless you kind of just, like, move slow and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's
no.
here.
No, fuck you. Stupid bombs that are a pain in the bitch to disarm for no reason other than to randomly deal you damage if you are not awesome. Some creative bosses, I guess, or at least, like, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the bosses were interesting. They weren't, you know, I wasn't... Were you ever horrified?
No.
Maybe the first time the little fetus things came out. That was, like, a little bit awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Actually,
But then they got funny.
They came out of the vending machine.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, for like a second, and then they
you
were funny.
realized you could kick them, and
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
You kicked like 4 of them at once, which is kind of what would happen if you did start kicking like infants around. They just go flying and exploding. Sorry. Our outfit was nice.
Yeah.
Nice to know our inside pockets were functional. Although that raises the question of why you could only carry 3 matches. So
At the beginning, 5 matches. That's your limit. And you're just
excuse
like,
me.
And then you're just like, dude, you could just get a whole book of them.
yeah.
How difficult
Like,
is this?
carry them in your underwear. Like, there are so many places on his person he could... In his socks. Like, yeah, I guess they would have gotten wet. I don't know.
But they would have got wet anyways
I
because you
know.
like fell into vats
I don't
of blood and
know.
shit.
Just... They leaned heavy on the horror button to start with, and then it just got stupid.
Yeah.
Running around in the
I
forest,
think
just...
my problem with it is if it wasn't trying to be so pretentious, then the story wouldn't have been so exhausting either. Like,
yeah. Like, it's not a bad story, per se.
it's just the way it was presented.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
just
pretentious.
so poorly told. I've never done any Shinji Mikami. I feel like I know that name.
Yeah.
Is that Metal Gear Solid guy? Because that would
No,
explain
isn't
a
that
lot.
Hideo Kojima?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Resident Evil guy or like Silent
know.
Hill guy? I don't know. Judging from this, he sucks. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate, especially when I figure out what it is that he's done. But the writing, the script.
I think this. Well, it's really bad too because I've generally like even though Bethesda games are buggy as hell, like every single Bethesda game I've ever played has ridiculously hilarious bugs in it. But I've liked every other Bethesda game I've played. Like I really like
Bethesda's
Dishonored.
like Morrowind.
Yeah, it was like it's like the Elder Scrolls
Oblivion?
series.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls. thank you.
And it was Hunted, which was really fun. That one's a less known one, but it's super fun.
Hunted Demon Forge?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Dishonored, which I really enjoyed.
Haven't played it yet.
What else have they done recently?
Fallout?
Yeah, Fallout. I was like, there's another big one I'm missing. What is it?
Yeah, like I've never...
Like Fallout, I've heard like a lot of people love Fallout, so I
I
look at this
played-
game and I'm like,
One of them, it didn't interest me very much, but that was just because I'm not really... Just apocalyptic wasteland isn't as interesting to me as...
Yeah.
Like, for an open world game, as, like, Skyrim.
yeah.
But yeah, the writing's not... Like, I don't find their writing amazing in, like, Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not this! But then they don't have Shinji Mikami, whoever the fuck. I'm losing cred for not knowing who that is. But if this is most heavily influenced by him, whoever he is, he does not deserve the praise that he gets if this is an example of his work. Because this is ass! This whole game was ass! Oh god, it was so ass. I'm tired just trying to find the right words to describe how shit this game was.
Resident Evil.
Oh. Yeah, no, that makes sense, because apparently the writing in Resident Evil is horse shit in a bag of chips. So yeah, if I see that name on games, I'm probably just gonna avoid them, because this was horrendous.
Evil Within, Shadows of the Damned, Vanquish, God Hand, Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil Outbreak.
Pass.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations.
Pass. Anything with this name attached to
Devil
it
May
from now
Cry.
on. Pass.
Is that the new?
I don't know. There's Devil May Cry and DMC Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Devil May Cry is generally looked on as pretty good, but I've watched a LP of it and it's fine. Oh, he was a planner for Aladdin SNES.
I played that game.
Yeah, everybody played that game.
That game was hard.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of things that I'm really not all that interested in, so.
Well, I'm certainly not now. Why were we so ugly? Like, usually they go to some trouble to make you vaguely attractive, but we were ugly!
I have a feeling they, like, it's the same thing as the rest of the game, where they tried to put, like, too much grit and realism into it, and it just made his face look really, like,
weird,
dirty and weird.
Just, he always looked like he was trying to pass a kidney stone or something, and it just...
Yeah.
And that wasn't the correct reaction to anything he was seeing. Like, I guess it'd be hard for him to care the whole way through.
Yeah.
But he never cared. He just...
Yeah.
There was never like, you know, oh god, how do I get out of this? I'm losing my mind, please let me... Like, there was no... It was just like... Like,
well, even if at the beginning he was more like that, and then after time he's like, okay, you know, this is the way things are, I gotta figure out how to get out of here. And then if he wasn't as surprised later on by shit, then I could understand that. You'd be like, oh, this again.
Like,
you know?
if stuff kept changing, he was like, of course. Like, if he got as angry as the player was, like, fed up with Ruvik fucking around with him, then I could have related to him. Yeah. Like, I get, okay, he's a detective and he's an alcoholic, so maybe he's a little more unflappable.
He was an alcoholic?
Yes, apparently.
I don't remember that plot.
He was an alcoholic. It came up in a couple of the notes.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, you can't have a police detective who's not.
No, you cannot. That is
unless you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was an alcoholic smoker.
We probably
he died.
Yeah, we probably drank before.
No, he was already smoking. He had a bad habit.
Yeah. He was like rough and I'm sure he drank a lot while he was being all criminally. Totally the type of guy the police like to... Okay, that rant.
Oh yeah, that rant's a different game another
That
day.
is a whole... I think we addressed that pretty thoroughly while we were playing Murdered. I would rather play Murdered twice more than play this. Okay, here's one. Would you rather play this again or play the last part of Penumbra again?
What last part was that? Oh, were we going to like
Puzzle Palace?
Puzzle Palace, yeah.
Oh, that's a nasty choice. Why did I even think of that?
that's like one of those things that's like you must choose one. It's like one awful thing or the other awful thing.
It's like deaf or blind. Dead? Dead. I would rather...
Is death a choice?
Yeah, I feel like I'd rather eat my underwear than play either of them again. I don't know the answer to that question. Which one was longer? This one? So I guess... Oh, but Penumbra was a pain in the ass.
I guess there were aspects of Evil Within that were entertaining enough, so I'd probably pick Evil Within over that.
At least you can take
The problem with Penumbra was it was so boring, I didn't even want to touch it again, but we did it because we wanted to finish it. And with Evil Within, it's like, oh, what really shitty thing are they gonna throw at next? At least there was some element of like, what?
At least if you get mad, you can beat the shit out of stuff in this. So I guess this. Ugh. Oh, I wish we'd played on... If I'd known it was gonna be so ass, I would have had a start on easy just so we could whip through it.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, I guess we changed it in Chapter 3, so it's not like we waited too long.
Yeah, I know, but...
Chapter 3 was ass. Like, I think that was the one I remember the most.
Which one was...
Well, it was before we changed the difficulty, and it was the part with the butcher, and I had to get hash browns from, like, to cool my face down.
Yeah,
so I was so mad and so stressed out, frustrated, and hot.
Trying to get the timing on those spikes was...
I wanted to...
Like, I guess we could whip through it faster a second time. No, I'm not suggesting it. I'm saying if we had to. Well, it wouldn't go slow anyway.
Yeah, it would go faster. Well, the fact that you're apparently supposed to be able to finish this game in under 5 hours is astounding. That's
I
one
mean,
of the achievements.
I guess we spent a lot of time fucking around with, like, looking at stuff and marveling at shittiness.
And getting stuck on
like,
everything.
I guess the achievement you could do in New Game Plus, you could play it, like...
Well, a lot of it, you can just run by a bunch of the enemies and do a thing. Like, you can...
Yeah, if you
there's
know
only
that
a few you have to kill to, progress, so...
So I guess if you did, like, a New Game Plus, you were upgraded, you knew where you were going, and you knew who you could just... and you knew who you could just run past.
Yeah.
Then maybe...
But that requires you to have played the game enough to know.
Maybe if you skip... Oh, if you skipped all the fucking cutscenes.
That too.
That would help. All those fascinating... Why does it need to take control of you to walk through a door? And for so long, like, it's not like, ee! And you're through, and you walk through, and it's giving you control back as you finish walking through the door.
I feel like that stuff is just arbitrary difficulty put in. Like, it's not... doesn't really have a purpose other than to slow you down.
Yeah, I was gonna say difficulty. Like, it's just...
Like,
every couple seconds, this game just slaps the controller out of your hand.
Yeah.
Do you see how many times I was trying to aim, and it was taking the aim away from me for no reason?
Yeah.
It was just like, no, it was just like someone going, woo! In front of your face. Just to piss you off, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been one of the worst ones we've played.
Yeah. Although, like, it was ass, but fucking Red's voice and whatever the...
Yeah, no, Penumbra has been the worst we've
Yeah,
played.
no, having Gilbert Gottfried yell at you every
Haunted
couple
Memories
seconds...
was pretty bad, too. We couldn't even finish that because it was so bad.
I feel like I'd rather play Haunted Memories than listen to Gilbert Gottfried bitch
Yeah.
at us, because he would not shut up ever. So... Not literally the worst game I've ever played,
Yeah.
but so very close in so many ways. Like, I am being extra harsh on it because I'm still mad.
It was a bad game. I mean, like...
But it was just...
Yeah, usually I find something good out of a game. I'm like, yeah, that was a bad game, but at least it had this. This game, I'm just like...
It had a couple of really good ideas.
Yeah.
Like, aside from her stupid shoes, which undermine all threat, you know, Mop Hair Lady, Grudge Chick, was, like, she was good. She was
pretty
creepy.
unique, yeah.
Like, they had some creepy looking shit. They just used it, like, if she were, you could make a game out of her. You could make a really great game with her. An actual horror game. Fuck the survival, because this wasn't survival, and it wouldn't work in that game either. Just, maybe she's gonna be the villain in Kolat. She's what killed those, I think they were Russian, whatever, all those hikers. Yeah. That's what actually happened in Dyatlov Pass, I believe it was. She, anyway. Point is, thank God we're done. The end.